How do you use IC for realistic Roblox leg placement on terrain? Imagine your Roblox character walking smoothly over rocky hills or sloping ground without floating or sinking. That's where inverse kinematics, or IC, comes into play. It's a method that helps make character legs move naturally on uneven terrain. So how do you set it up? Let's walk through the steps. First, you need to understand what IC does. It calculates the angles of the hip, knee, and ankle joints to position the foot exactly where it should be. Instead of fixed animations, IC adjusts the leg bones dynamically, making the movement look more real. Next, you use raycasting to find the ground below each foot. You cast a ray downward from the foot or leg, and it hits the terrain. The hit point tells you where the foot should land and how it should rotate to match the surface normal, which is the direction perpendicular to the ground. Once you get that information, you move the foot target to the hit point and rotate it to align with the surface. This prevents the foot from floating or clipping through the terrain. Now, with the foot target in place, you apply an IC algorithm, like Cyclic Coordinate Descent, to calculate the joint angles needed for the leg to reach that target smoothly. This makes the leg bend naturally, following the terrain's shape. To keep the movement smooth, you interpolate the foot position and rotation over time, avoiding sudden jumps or jittery motions. You also need to manage foot planting, so the foot stays on the ground when it should and lifts when the character steps forward. Adjusting the hip height is another key step. When the terrain is uneven, raising or lowering the hip helps keep the legs from stretching too much and maintains balance. For Roblox models, if you are using R15 rigs, which have more joints, you can apply IC more precisely to each leg bone. For simpler R6 rigs, you might need to create custom scripts that handle foot placement with procedural IC. To implement this, use attachments and motor 6 disks in Roblox to define joint points and targets. Use raycast parameters to make sure your raycasts ignore the character itself, avoiding false hits. Run your IC calculations on the client side with local scripts for better responsiveness. You can also look at open-source IC foot placement scripts from the Roblox developer community as a starting point. Always test your setup on different terrain types like slopes, stairs, and uneven surfaces to see how well the feet adapt. Combining raycasting to find ground position and surface orientation with IC algorithms for joint adjustments creates a realistic foot placement system. This makes your Roblox characters walk and run naturally across all kinds of terrain, making your game feel more immersive. Beginners can start with simple raycasting and foot positioning, then add IC and smoothing over time for better results. With patience and practice, you can make your character's legs respond convincingly to the environment, giving players a more believable experience.